All right. Well, let's talk e-com here. E-com, automation, and Amazon. You had just got back from a big trade show in Las Vegas called ASD, and we're all interested to hear, what was your biggest success? What was your biggest failure? And, what were your takeaways from that show? I just got back from ASD. ASD is a huge, both national and international wholesale to retail trade show. It was in Las Vegas. It happens at the end of February. And it was a really good experience to get in front of both, direct distributors and also, brands themselves and start really building relationships. So, the biggest takeaway is that there's just so much opportunity out there if you, can put yourself out there and make your way to go to these events where you can deal directly with the people that have the right products. You definitely want to know what you're looking for. One of the things that we were focused on was seasonal items like outdoor products, so we're coming up towards the, spring and summer. So of course we're looking at things like for like pool equipment. We're also looking at, products for even like camping or fishing, a lot of different, outdoor games, whether it be, things similar to like slip and slides, outdoor pools, you name it. So there's just so many great products that you can set yourself up for, if you're getting in front of, these, the brands themselves that actually have these products. Because when you do that, when you deal directly with the brands and directly with, the distributors, is that you're getting authentic products. Number one, you're going to be able to get a lot of these products, which you're going to need. You need to have a good supply because we already know the demand is going to be there. I mean, not too much is going to change, about, this spring and this summer, right? It's going to be warm, and it's just going to get warmer and people are going to want to go outside and do things. So, as long as we have the products that people are going to typically buy, every single season, we're going to do great. So there's a lot of opportunities dealing directly with the brand. Number one, you can get, a great price. You can negotiate on the price. You might be able to negotiate to get like a few items from that brand, or maybe even you can really negotiate well and you can get, all the products from that brand. Every time, you're dealing with directly with a brand, you want to have something to offer to them. It's like, what are you going to do for them, as well? And so, our team over at Solid Ecom, we really have a lot of benefit to provide directly to the brands as far as, getting their brand in front of the right people, leveraging existing marketing that they have. And also, we know how to do all the SEO and the PPC and all that stuff to get products in front of, consumers. And so when it comes to operating on a platform like Amazon, like we really know what we're doing. We really are the experts. And it's like a lot of these, brands, they are really great at, creating great products and getting creative to get these products. And so they may not be experts at e-commerce or experts at Amazon's platform. And so that's where we really can come in and really do some great work for these brands. So, a lot of times we'll, start with maybe, a few SKUs. We'll really show the brand what we can do. And then, after that, we can really take over, a lot of the categories that brand has. So, again, ASD, it was awesome to, meet directly with these brands face to face, really get to understand what is it that they need, what are they looking for, really start talking about, game plan, how we're going to hit this season hard, why we're the right team. And, it's really just an amazing experience to get to meet these people face to face. I mean, we're talking to them consistently on the phone, email, etc., but you really can't replace that, face to face time. It's just something that's just so valuable to actually get in front of these people, meet them, show them that you're genuine, and also I have my team there. It wasn't just me. I had a couple of guys with me. One of the guys is head of accounts, the other guy is head of operations, and so we're all working on this thing as a team. And I think that they could really tell that, Solid Ecom, super genuine team. We're here to do great business. We really want to protect these brands. We want to make sure that these brands stand out, to all the consumers in the U.S. and especially on Amazon's platform. And we really know how to grow these brands. So it's really a symbiotic relationship where we can really do some great things together. So really excited for the brands that we were able to meet with face to face. I think that we're going to provide a lot of opportunity for them, and also they're going to provide a lot of opportunity for us as well. And with Solid Ecom, we're representing a bunch of clients, a bunch of e-commerce, businesses, separate businesses that have the capital to spend on products. Okay, I see what you're saying. Tell us a little bit more about that. One of the big benefits of working with us is that, capital is not an issue. So, we can really place those big orders, for, products consistently on a consistent basis. And so, we're really able to, do a lot of great work for these brands. And, again, that face-to-face time is just, such an awesome thing. So, biggest takeaways is, number one, we were able to see, the exact products that these brands were delivering, so many both national and international, brands. I will say that, going to an event, like ASD, which is a huge, like I said, international and national event, you have suppliers from around the world. And sometimes you can do, Google searches to search for different products that you're looking for, or maybe you want to get really creative and see, what are some of the things that are trending. But, sometimes you just don't know what you don't know, right? So when you actually get in front of, brands that you might not even been thinking about, a certain type of product line. And actually, the brand that I'm talking about, without getting into too much detail, I will tell you that it was not something that was really fresh on my mind. But when we actually got in front of it, it was like, I'll tell you, it's actually a product that I actually use myself. And I've bought multiple products, very similar products, to this. So it's like very concrete, very obvious that this is, something that consumers want, that's available in, big retail, big box stores. So, the social proof is already there. So, biggest takeaways are, definitely great to go to events where you can meet, directly with, brands and distributors and, get that face-to-face time. I also saw, a lot of my industry associates who I know who are also in e-commerce, and, doing that networking is really, really irreplaceable as well. So, another, big takeaway is that, we got access to, we went to some big events, not just at the actual trade show, but some events that were actually hosted, outside of that event that were kind of more, private for, a select group of people. And we were able to meet directly with some people who are developing some amazing AI technology, for the e-commerce industry that's going to really give us a huge advantage over, any competitors, whether that be, our clients when we're, listing products, or whether it be, a brand that wants to work with us and we're actually helping, list their products correctly and make sure that they're getting in front of the right people. So it was really cool to, meet with all of the, the brands, distributors, and also a lot of my industry associates who are really deep in e-commerce. It's really been said that, no man can exist on an island, no business can exist on an island either. So, we gotta network with people. We gotta, meet people. We gotta shake the hands, kiss the babies. We gotta, connect. And, I really like to see, people winning. Solid Ecom, we're for sure winning. And I love to surround myself with other winners. So, really was, a great event overall. I would say, the biggest failure that I had was, look, we did some research, going into the event, and we really had, a good idea of who we wanted to get in front of, like which brands and which distributors that we wanted to connect with for sure. But I mean, this is a huge event. I mean, there's literally you know, 1,000 different suppliers, right? So, you know, even though we did a ton of research, you always feel like you could have done more research to, you know, look at some of these brands, you know, before we got there. Because sometimes, I mean, you know, opportunities, you know, they might be there and then they might disappear. Like as an example, there was a brand that we met with who had some really cool products. I mean, I'll tell you that, you know, they had some workout equipment, which is pretty cool. So that's one of the things that we're going to be offering. And you know, they were there for you know, the first day of the event, but they were not there the next day. So you know, that's why it's really important to, you know, do as much research as you possibly can, because you never know if, you know, this is going to be the only opportunity that you're going to have to, you know, really get in front of these people. So it was really, really cool. And it was really, really cool to just get, you know, a first look at some of these really like up and coming brands. You know, there's a lot of brands that are really up and coming that, you know, people don't know about. And, you know, Solid Ecom is going to work directly with these brands, and we're going to get these brands in front of, you know, the consumer base. And, you know, people are going to be exchanging money for goods. There's nothing that's going to change about that whatsoever. You know, good times, bad times, you know, people are going to be buying products. You just have to have the products that people need. You know, you don't want to have like, you know, gimmicky stuff or things that are just like a fad or something like that. So, you know, again, like as we're coming into, you know, the springtime, right? Like, I mean, people are going to get outdoors. They're going to want to spend time with their kids, whether it be in their backyard or they're going on a camping trip or, you know, whatever it is. So we want to make sure that we, you know, we have those products. And again, you know, when you can go, you know, to a trade show like this and, you know, meet face to face directly with the brands and distributors, you're able to negotiate, you know, the best prices. That's just the best way to do it. And so, you know, at Solid Ecom, we work really hard to, you know, make sure that we take the time to go to these events, you know, both big events and small events, you know, to really make sure that we're making as many relationships as possible with these different brands and distributors and really foster these relationships. You know, this is a long-term thing here. You know, I mean, I think there's a lot of people that have the wrong idea about getting into, you know, a wholesale business, you know, operating on, you know, in e-commerce. I mean, some people think, oh, I got $1 million. Like, I'm just going to start a wholesale business. Like, that just doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. You know, it's about the relationship. I mean, these brands, you know, have certain things that, you know, they need protected and they need to make sure that they're represented properly. So, you know, just having the money by itself, while having money and having capital, of course, you know, is important. But, you know, just having the capital by itself, you know, that's not really going to cut it. So we need to make sure that, you know, we're really delivering for these brands and we are, you know, representing the brands properly on the e-commerce platforms where we're operating. All right, Alex, I think some of our listeners are interested in hearing, you know, what are your thoughts on drop shipping? I mean, there's a lot of these, you know, gurus out there. They're talking about, you know, doing drop shipping on Amazon. You know, is it a scam? What is this? Can you be successful doing it? Is a good idea at all? We want to hear what you have to say about drop shipping. What are your thoughts? I mean, drop shipping on, you know, a platform like Amazon, I mean, that's really, it's just amateur hour, you know, period. So, you know, a few years back, probably in like 2013, 14, 15, you probably could have got away with drop shipping. And there's a lot of people who were, you know, pretty successful making money drop shipping on Amazon because at the time, you know, drop shipping really was not something that was on Amazon's radar. Like they weren't aware that people were really doing this. And what drop shipping is that, you know, you're listing products in your store, but you don't actually have any of that inventory at all. So you don't have any of the products that you're listing. And then as the orders come in, you're actually going to fulfill those orders using another supplier. And typically that supplier is going to be Walmart or it's going to be Alibaba. This is really just going to be one of the two. And the reason why, you know, Amazon doesn't want you to do that is because it damages their brand. What's going to happen is that, you know, these third-party you know, places like, Walmart or Alibaba, they're shipping this box, and this Walmart box or Alibaba box is going to show up on, the Amazon customer's doorstep, and they're going to be looking at this box like, like, what is this? Like, that's not what I ordered. I ordered something from Amazon. And also they're going to see the receipt inside, and they're going to see that, you got this product for significantly cheaper than what you're selling it for. And they're going to get pissed off, and they're going to, report back to Amazon, and your store is going to get shut down, terminated, don't pass go, don't collect your money. It's going to be horrible. You're not going to have really an e-commerce business at all, period. And Amazon's going to hold your funds. So it's going to be really, really horrible, especially if you were racking up, a bunch of charges on your credit card. You could be stuck with, $20K, $30K, $50K credit card bill and not really know how you're going to pay that off. So, not really a good look. There's a lot of people out there that are trying to, game the system, and, they'll say, oh, we're doing like 2-step drop shipping and add in another step into the equation. And it's just not a good look. So, in this example, the orders come in, then they go, to Walmart, they make the purchase, but they have the product shipped to a warehouse. They unbox the products and then, throw it in another box and ship it, directly to the Amazon customer. Now, technically, is this against the terms of service? No, like you actually are allowed to do this. And in theory, it should work. However, it's not going to work. But tell me a little bit more about that. Okay, so the reality is that when you buy from a place like Walmart.com, Walmart has a ton of cancellations, ton of order cancellations. So as you start fulfilling these orders, you're going to see that your orders are going to be getting canceled. And so those order cancellations are going to start piling up on your Amazon account. So your Amazon account is actually going to get a bunch of order cancellations on it, okay? Which is really not good. So your account health is going to start looking really, really bad. Additionally, Walmart, look, they got the 2-day shipping. It can ship, that can be kind of quick, but look, they're not always on time. And remember, you're adding time in, right? Because you got Walmart taking 2 days to ship the products to your warehouse. Then you got to repackage it and ship it out. There's time to repackage and ship it, et cetera. You're going to get a ton of late shipments. Okay, so now you got order cancellations going sky high. You got late shipments going sky high. And from the outside, I mean, look, Amazon is just a giant software platform, and your account health, it looks like you're drop shipping. And guess what? Amazon is going to think you're drop shipping, and you're going to get your account shut down, terminated, done, even though you weren't actually drop shipping. So definitely don't do it. Just other kind of, side things of why there's just really no point in doing that is, the reality is that you can't go directly to brands and distributors and negotiate great prices. So there's really not that much profit margin when you're doing drop shipping, because you're buying from a retailer, okay, where the prices are already high, and then you're trying to resell, this item, okay? But really, the best way to do things is either, go directly to a distributor or go directly to a brand, and that's how you're going to get the best prices. So, the drop shipping model is just, it's not a good model at all. So just stay away from it. Anybody who's pushing it, just don't waste your time. It's going to end up, you're going to be in a world of hurt. You're going to get your account shut down, number one. But, again, really the best thing you can be doing is working directly with brands and distributors. And that's how you're going to get amazing products with the best prices and really secure a foothold in the e-commerce industry, especially when operating on a platform like Amazon. What do you think about marketing, especially like an e-commerce business? How important do you think marketing is? So marketing is incredibly important. Marketing is one of the most biggest things. It's really the number one thing really in any business, okay? Especially for e-commerce. Like for product marketing as an example, okay? Forget like, marketing for services, but just marketing a product. I mean, the best products are not necessarily the products that sell the most, right? Like word of mouth is only going to go so far. And so you have, teams that are, working super, super hard to showcase how amazing, any product is or any brand is, and really get, those products in front of people. Like as an example, like let's just take like, Nike shoes versus, Fila shoes. Okay. And I'm only using that example because, I mean, look, all of the, best, athletes, even, celebrities, etc., they're wearing Nike products, Nike has a huge brand presence, right? Like whether it be from like Michael Jordan to Drake, etc. Like people are wearing Nike. I mean, Fila, 10, 20 years ago, people might have been, wearing Fila shoes, but, I don't know if it's necessarily the quality of the shoes or if it's just based on, the marketing, the branding itself. But, Fila does not have even close to the sales that Nike does. And so, I would say that for, just a side-by-side comparison, Nike has much stronger marketing and branding than does Fila, or probably actually any shoe, Reebok, Adidas, you name it. Nike has the best marketing, period. And, if you have the right marketing and right branding, you really get to showcase like what your brand and your products are all about. You get to really say, hey, this is what we represent. And I think actually like for a product like Nike, like they really represent like being the best, right? Just do it, right? It's about taking action. And so, having, amazing marketing is really going to set, your product apart and set your brand apart. Now, when it goes to like e-commerce as an example, right? So like there's tons of, brands, smaller brands that, they might have some really great products, but if they don't know how to market those products correctly, like nobody's going to know about them. So, one of the cool things at Solid Ecom is that we really know how to do, the additional marketing and help with branding, with some of these brands to really get them in front of more people. So that's a skill that we've really honed down and really know how to, deliver that. And so, at the same time, like if we see a brand that is really good at marketing, we're going to leverage their marketing as well. Okay. So I'm not going to necessarily do all the work, myself if I don't have to. So if I come across a brand that, for all these reasons, like they have, the right, demographics that they're going after, they have, a unique advantage, with their product, and they have something that's going to appeal to a wide base, that's something that I'm going to get behind for sure. So, I think marketing is just incredibly important. When it comes to, any entrepreneur and, them doing marketing, marketing is super important, right? Like you got to be in front of people, you got to be transparent. You got to show what you're about, right? So, doing that marketing and branding and really get out there, it really shows, what you're about. You get to showcase, your knowledge and your unique, ability and, industry experience and what you can bring to the table. So, doing marketing on a consistent basis is super important. Definitely, if you are a new entrepreneur to e-commerce even, definitely doing marketing, doing branding is so important for, your brand. It's important for, the products that you're working on, etc. Marketing is so important. So get in front of people, show off who you are, and let the world see you shine. All right, Alex. So I know a lot of our listeners are going to be interested to hear what are some of your goals for Solid Ecom over the next few months. Where do you see Solid Ecom going as we start heading into spring and summer? So some of the goals for Solid Ecom over the next couple of months is, number one is really getting these stores growing. I really want to see our stores build an amazing foundation as we come into the spring and summer, because, as we know, Q4 is going to be the biggest time to sell during the entire year, okay? October, November, December. And there's only one way to really, hit those months hard, and that's by having a solid foundation, meaning that you have, a lot of good sales history in your e-commerce store, you have, good seller feedback, etc. So right now, we're really helping our clients like gear up with funding. I'm helping them secure business credit so they can be ready to scale these stores up. And I'm really adding a lot of different products to every single store. The best way to grow any wholesale business is to go wide, not deep. It's not really about like having one product and just going all in on that one product. Like you want to go wide. And so
that's a great point.
As we scale these stores up,
point.
We're adding more and more products. So like typically a store might start with like 15 to 20 products. And then after about 6 months, we're going to see that store having about 30 to 50 products in that store. And these are all proven products that have, amazing sales history, that have, amazing reviews. We're not selling any garbage products whatsoever. So I want to see these stores really scale up. And Amazon is going to reward stores that are just consistently stocked with inventory. If you have inventory in your store, Amazon is going to start awarding your store the buy box more often. So we're helping these stores really scale up. We're really focused on, ROI and profit margins and, honing everything in. Like I said, we're going to be implementing some AI technology that's going to really give our clients an edge on the competition for sure. So I'm really excited to see these stores, scale up. Also, we're growing, as a team at Solid Ecom. I mean, I'm doing a lot of hiring. We have a great base of employees, and we're looking to grow. I mean, I'm definitely going to be hiring some more people local in Austin. I think that that's just something that's really irreplaceable, is having a great local presence. So, we're really focused on team building. And it's really something that's irreplaceable. So I want to add to that team so we can better handle all of our clients when it comes to whether it be just simple things like customer service, but when it also comes to like dealing directly with suppliers and negotiating on behalf of our clients to make sure that our clients have brand direct deals and exclusive deals so that we can sell the best products at the best margins. We do want to scale up. We're definitely, growing. We're adding more and more clients. As we do, it's definitely a benefit to everybody as we have more, capital to work with, on behalf of our clients. We're able to negotiate better with the suppliers that we're working with, because we're coming back and we're saying, hey, we have more capital to spend. Give us access to more of your SKUs. What do you got hiding back there? So, a lot of these suppliers is like they'll actually give us, a few products to work with initially, and then as we really build that relationship out with those suppliers, like they'll start offering us, better deals and give us that VIP treatment. So I'm excited to grow, the team, grow these stores, getting these stores more profitable, and also, get more clients on board, because I mean, this is a time really to get people on board. I mean, once we get towards, about October, it's going to be pretty challenging to be, bringing new clients on board, because we're really going to be focused on, hitting Q4 super, super hard. And I know that Q4 sounds like it's far away. October, it's like, oh man, this is so far away, but it's going to come up way faster than you think. And so we want to get these stores geared up. For some of the clients that have been with me, over a year, they're really having strong months, already early on. And, I'm really excited to see all these stores scale up, become super profitable. Everybody's winning. It's a passive income stream, for my clients. There's nothing passive about what we do whatsoever, right? We have to go travel the country, meet directly with these brands and distributors. We're constantly, negotiating, with these suppliers, getting amazing products, just following all the industry trends. But, my clients, they get to, benefit from the fact that we have all this, this infrastructure already built out, So, we have the team, we have the warehouses, we have all the software, we have the years of experience. We really know what we're doing. So it's an awesome thing for, for people who don't want to put their money into like real estate or crypto or stocks, and they're just looking for, a different place to put it. Getting into e-commerce is a really great way to do it. And then look, if you want to do it on your own, I mean, go for it. That's amazing. If you want to, take on that challenge yourself, I mean, go for it. But we really cut the learning curve, because there's a lot of people who try, they don't have success immediately. They fail, they waste a bunch of money. and they lose, period. I mean, they go buy the wrong products and then they just fail. And I think a lot of people, they think it's going to be a lot easier than it is. It's a lot of work that goes into that's involved in making an e-commerce store profitable. And so we really know how to do that. We've been doing this for years. We have an amazing team that's dedicated to see all the clients successful. So Solid Ecom, we're growing. We're going to be pumping these stores full of amazing products, and we look forward to winning and helping you win. So, if you want to find out more, definitely book a call with Solid Ecom and click the link, subscribe, and let's definitely talk more.